Hello. Can you hear me? Madam Luke? Hello? Could you guys please tell me in the comment section if you can hear me speaking?
I can hear you.
You can hear me? All right,
Yeah.
thank you. All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to What's Your Opinion segment with Dr. Adama, and my co moderator is Madam Luke. Today's topic is a very interesting one. We've been talking about it, you've heard about it. We are going to be discussing today what is body count, yours or mine? Who is counting? So, I want to say something before this segment, Mother. I hand it over to Madam Luke to tell us what this topic is all about. Now, for our viewers that are listening, if you have kids, please, this may be a good time for you to tell them to leave the room. This a particular show is for matured audience. I repeat, this particular segment is this show tonight is for matured audience. And if you're going to join us as a panelist or you're going to be in the comment section, please, I want to say this. Be respectful with your comments. This particular show for tonight is not about bashing women. Please, if you know you don't have anything nice to say, I'll prefer it you don't say anything at all because I will ban you. I'm saying it right now. If you can tell from my voice, I'm not feeling good and I do not want to have to babysit grown adults. So please, I am pleading with everyone, both on the comment section and if you're going to come join us on the panelist, please be matured enough to have this conversation without taking it personal or using vulgar language. You can express how you feel without having to be insultive. So let's start with that. Madam Luke, how are you doing? How was your week? You know how my week was.
I know. Hello, Madam Adama, Dr. Adama. You're welcome. I hope you feel better today.
Thank you.
All right. So,
Could you
good evening, everybody.
yes, go ahead and
You're
introduce
welcome.
yourself and
So,
tell us
we're
what
talking about body
you're about.
counts, and this has been one of the topics that has been on most people's minds before you get married. A man is, I don't know why they're curious to find out how many people you've been with, but we want to know why it is important why the a concept of body count is important, and also what it how it affects you personally, and what it is to have a healthy body count as opposed to an unhealthy body count, and the impact it has on relationships and society in general. So we're here to educate and to learn, and why is it important and not important to some people. All right, Dr. Adama, over to you.
All right, thank you. Before we start, could you please click the thumbs up before I play the video? I want to see some thumbs up, please. I want to make sure we are we are liking the show so that people can get to see it and everything. And to the people, let me recognize the people in the comment section. I want to give a shout out to Abby. I see Abby. I see our Zandi of the platform. Uncle Emeka is there. I see D Crown all the way from Nigeria. AB with his coconut head. I still love him. Who else can I recognize? Oh, Life of Nato as well. And if I didn't mention your name, please don't take it personal. I'm going to go to the video. Madam, look, are you ready for the video? I'm going to play the video now.
Ready?
All right, let's go.
And I'm back with another video for you guys today. And the video that we're going to talk about today is how to tell if a chick has a high body count. All right. So how to tell if a chick slept with a lot of guys before you. All right. Now, a chick body count don't really matter if you're just trying to smash. All right. If you're just trying to smash a chick, her body count, it shouldn't really matter. Okay. Now, if you are looking to wife her up and get married to her one day, yes, it should matter, because you don't want to wife up a chick who everybody been with, and you're the only fool that saved her after she done ran through the whole community. All right, so you don't want a chick like that to be a wife. It's not a good look. All right, so today I'm going to give you guys 5 different ways to tell if a chick has a very high body count. Okay, now the first way, this should be the first obvious way. This is like if you don't know this, man, something is wrong with you. Okay, so the first way to tell if she has a very high body count, her pussy is loose. Like, you get up in a pussy, man, and the pussy is fucking loose. Like, you swimming in the pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the most obvious way. Pretty much a pussy and shit. You see what I'm saying? And listen, and that's the worst shit that could happen to you. Let's say if you put in work to smash a chick, right? So you've been taking on dates, you've been playing the good guy role, you've been doing everything that you're supposed to do to smash, and then you finally smash after she made you wait, only to find out her pussy is fucking trash. The shit is loose like a goose. That shit hurts, okay? But just understand, if a pussy is loose like that, bro, she been through a lot of different men. That's just the bottom line. And you don't want to wife up a chick like that, because even when you in the pussy, it will take you forever to come. Don't think that you killing the pussy because you've been in it for like 20, 30 minutes. No. A pussy probably just in shit, bro. All right, so understand that, nigga. If you in a pussy and it's taking you forever to come, and it's like you gotta think about another bitch in order to come, that pussy ain't shit. And it's because she been with mad dudes, okay? So that's the first way to tell. Now, the second way to tell if a chick have a very high body count, bro, if she parties all the time. If a chick goes out every week or every weekend, bro, best believe she done been with a bunch of different dudes. Think about it, fam. When a chick go out, right, and party, think about a party. A party is a build-up for the sex. It's like you drink, you have a good time, you dance. And when you go to a party, chicks dress very sexual for a reason. You see what I'm saying? And best believe if a chick be like partying every week, she's meeting different dudes that she's going to give the pussy to, bro. That's just the bottom line. So if a chick parties all the time, bro, best believe she have a very high body count. If she's a party girl, fam, she been around. She's at the parties every fucking weekend. Think about that. Every time a chick go to a party, at least one nigga is going to approach her, right? And an average 3 niggas will approach her. She will at least give one nigga her number. So if she's partying every weekend, that's one new nigga that got a shot at that. Bro, best believe that chick be doing her thing. She have a very high body count, bro. Don't think for a minute she don't. If she's a party girl, she have a very high body count, okay? Now, the third way to tell if a chick have a very high body count, bro, if her friends have a high body count, if her friends is known to be giving the pussy to everybody, like everybody done hit her friends, don't be a fool and think she's special, bro. Don't be a fool and think, well, her friends be giving it up, though. Like, her friends fuck a bunch of dudes, but she different. She's not like her friends. Don't be that goofy, man. Okay, fellas, if the chick friends have a high body count, she got a high body count too. That's just the bottom line. All right. Now, the fourth way to tell if a chick have a very high body count, bro, is by the way she dress. You know what I'm saying? It's by the way she dress. And peep it. If she dresses sexual every time, right? Like if she going to church, she put on some extremely sexual shit. If she's going to the gas station, she's putting on some extremely sexual shit. Why that is, bro, is because She's looking to attract attention because she's probably a freaky ass chick who love to have sex. That's why she got to dress sexual all the time. That's her nature. Understand that. If a chick is dressing sexual all the time, she's fucking mad dudes because she's a freak. She can't help it. Now, if a chick is like solid, right? Like if she's like a decent chick, she's not going to dress sexual all the time because it's a time and place for everything. Understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if a chick about to just go outside just to pick up the fucking mail, she got to put on some short ass, whatever. Fam, come on, bro. If a chick is just a mad sexual, like her titties out and everything, bro, best believe she want mad niggas to hit. Best believe mad niggas already hit. All right? Understand that. And the fifth way to tell if a chick have a very high body count, bro, the fifth and final way, if she have a lot of male friends. If she have a lot of male friends, bro, and she also thinks like a player. Like if she have a player mindset, like a dude, right? And she have a lot of male friends. Those type of chicks tend to be overtly masculine by their nature. Okay, so if she have like a lot of male friends and she's mad cool around dudes and shit like that, bro, she have a high body count, man. Best believe that. All right, most chicks who have like that masculine nature, they have very high body count. So understand that. All right, so those are the 5 ways to tell if a chick have a high body count. The first way is the most obvious way. Man, that pussy is loose. That pussy is loose. You swimming in that bitch. You swimming in that bitch. You swimming in that pussy. Like you can't even smash that pussy, man. You all
So, Madam Luke, have you finished? Are you there?
Say that again.
Are you there?
Oh yeah. What did you say?
What is your opinion on the video? You had everything he said.
My sister here, Ramo. On your mono. Okay. Let me just say I agree with everything he says. Because if you dress loose, you are loose. But does that translate to having if you have a body count, does that translate to having a loosey-goosey? Is my question. So what is the relationship between having a lot of male partners and having a loosey-goosey? Does that necessarily follow? Yeah. If you have a lot of friends that have been going in there, I don't necessarily feel it's going to make it any looser or whatever. Because even if you are in with one partner and you continue to have nice, healthy relationships down there, does it mean that if you're in a marriage and a man is working with you every day, separate, different, not different partners, one partner, can one man not make your goose loose? So I really don't understand. Why I agree with him is that, okay, if you have many relationships and your friends that you're keeping, the way you dress, yeah, you tend to attract a lot of partners, but that is as far as I go. So what has that got to having a loosey-goosey is my question. Because the same one man having a relationship with you 7 times a day, 5 days a week,
Yes, ma'am.
is it not the same tool? Is it not the same farm tool that is going down there? So I really don't understand his point of view. Like I said, I would say for the most part, yeah, who you hang out with, whatever, shows that you have a lot of relationships going on and ever that, because nobody ever dresses not to attract if you dress like trash. But what does that has to do with having a loosey-goosey is my question.
Okay. Okay, good point.
Thank you.
Uh, Thank you for sharing your opinion. You know, I was paying attention to what he said, and the first thing he said, once you use the let me how do I use Madam Luke, tell me if I'm using the right. Once you put your bola inside the this thing. Now, before I start speaking, I just want to say, please, this is for matured audience only, please. I want to tell the parents this is for matured audience. So if you have kids, this might be the time for you to ask them to exit. And Madam Luke, you just asked a good question. And this is the problem we have. When you have people who are content creator staying in their car, giving advice and saying whatever trash that comes out of their mouths because they feel they have opinion and they have to share it. Let's start with the way he speaks. No problem. At the end of the day, this is what I want to say. Science has not shown us how, by when you penetrate a woman, oh God, I hope YouTube doesn't flag this. I'm trying to be careful about the word I use, that you are able to tell her body count. I don't know where people are getting this thing from. Is a mindset. He's not the first person I've heard it from. I've heard it from so many people, and I just keep my mouth shut because at the end of the day, people are going to stick with their narrative. And I want to ask for our viewers, I want you to look at it this way: my body, your body, women. You will never see people in the same body shape, size, or whatever. Just like the man's um Bola, I don't know if I'm using the right word. Madam Luke, help me here. Madam Luke, am I using the right word? Because I'm trying to make sure YouTube doesn't flag us. Is you will not see the same thing. Everybody doesn't have the same size. So let's start with your if you want to say um once you penetrate, listen, at the end of the day, I want to this is one thing I want to tell the viewers. If you know the depth of a vagina and the elasticity of a vagina, you will be shocked. Okay? If after watching the show you want to do your research, go do your research. Read for yourself, educate yourself. I want to remind you this is something where a 10-pound baby comes out of. 10 pound. Just imagine it. Go and look at if you're someone that walks out, go and pick up a 10 pound. A baby comes out from there. So let alone your 3 inch or 2 inch. What do you think that is? Is nothing. So at the end of the day, let's be careful with this narrative we put out about when you penetrate, if it's loose, if it's this. Like Madam Luke said, if you have a partner that is very active and you guys have sex all the time, of course, you both are enjoying each other. I think what we need to be paying attention to is this. I always say this when I come to any platform: practice safe sex. Safe sex is very important. For me, it's about what are you carrying than the count. And someone will say, why will you say that? Because guess what? People don't carry their medical record in their forehead. Just because someone look good or dress good, talks good, and everything doesn't mean that that person has a clean medical record. So we need to put more attention and time on that. Body count, hey, however you feel, you can look at a chick because she dresses slutly, like she dresses a particular way, and automatically your views are, oh, she's loose, she has all this body count. Good luck to you. But what I'm trying to say here is that science has not proven that everything we're hearing, you're just making it up. It's not, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Do women sleep around? Yes. And if a woman sleeps around just like a man will sleep around, guess what? Society will frown on the woman more than the man. But at the end of the day, what is so confusing for me is we are talking about the body. The body doesn't care where it affects, like it doesn't care if you're male or female. HIV, gonorrhea, all these things doesn't care whether you're male or female. It doesn't. So, yes, a man can fuck around, excuse my language, and still go marry the best this thing in town, and society won't frown at it. While as if a woman does the same thing, all hell broke loose. So at the end of the day, this is what I would advise. Hey, if your man likes you dressing whichever way, in my house, I dress whichever way and my man likes it. That's it. That's from my own household, my own personal views. When I'm out in public, will you see me dressing like a thought? No, I don't. Will I allow my children to dress like a thought? No, I won't. But at the end of the day, how you carry yourself, because how you present yourself matters. Because people tend to judge people by how they look, how you present yourself. So at the end of the day, I think we women, we need to tone back down how we you want to wear whatever. Is this is just my opinion. If it makes you feel good and you feel that Adama doesn't need to tell you how to dress, I'm not telling anybody how to dress. But what I want us to get out of here is, what is important for me is practicing safe sex, having one partner. Stop going from A, B, C, D, E, F. No, it's not. That's not safe. And like I say, you'll be shocked. People you think you know, when you see their medical record, what we see in the hospital, you'll be like, my goodness, what is this? Not they look nothing like what their record look like. So at the end of the day, I'll just say let's practice safe sex. Dekran, welcome, Papi. Welcome all the way from Nigeria. Let me hear, what is your opinion on this topic,
Thank you
sir? Did
very
you watch
much.
the video?
Yes, I did. I
All right,
did.
go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Good evening, Dr. Luke and Dr. Adama. I really appreciate being here. Based on the video, 90% of what the man said was absolutely gibberish. Let me explain. Number one, as you've rightly said, the very first point that he raised about um about a woman being loose down there, whatever, is completely gibberish. I know for a fact, I'm sorry to say this because I may be a little bit vulnerable here. That was, in Lagos here, we call loose girls, we call them Afanadugbo. There were some Afanadubos
What does that
that
mean in
I personally
English?
no, that means um public benefit.
Okay,
That's what we
okay,
call loose girls over here.
okay.
Public benefit. That is, anybody can just benefit from it. That is, you need it, you you get it. Now, there was a particular girl that I came across with as a young boy, still in my young, still in my younger school days. This girl has been with at least guys that I know, over 10 guys that I know. But she's a pretty girl, pretty girl. When you say pretty girl, beautiful girl to the core. And then I was a DJ in those days. She like always warms up to me. She always wants to be with me. One thing led to the other. We got together. I tell you, I struggled to get into her. She was that tight. And from testimonies of all my friends that have been with her, they told me the same thing. Some women body are made in such a way that no matter how many men they've been to, I mean they've been with, they'll still be tight down there. I've experienced that before. That's why I'm saying this as a fact. Secondly, we have some that naturally the way they were born, maybe because of the position of their pelvic bones, they seem to be loose down there. That does not mean because they've been with men. Yes, I know. If you are if you have been with a man consistently, you are having this thing all the time, the tendency for you to be loose is quite there. Fine. I'm talking about some other reasons why you can be loose down there now. It's not only through sex or through SES, but some women naturally down there, maybe because of the formation of their pelvic bones, or maybe because of the formation of their V area, they are like loose, not because they are into men. It's just the way their body is formed. As you have rightly said, all men do not have the same thing down there. We have different sizes. Same also, God created women in such a way that not all women have the same size. My own personal friend that got married some I say about 20 or so 25 years ago now. When the wife wanted to give birth, they could not because she was just tight down. They have to cut her for the baby to be able to come out. And then when they want to sew her back, they told the guy, they told my friend, how do you want, how tight do you want it? That he should put his finger to the size that he wants, then they will now sew it to that size for him. And that was what they did. So when this guy came talking, if you want to know women that are loose down there, blah blah, yeah, it is because they are loose, that's why their body count is high. He was speaking gibberish. Number two, you talk about dressing. So women don't have sense of dressing. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to put down and the sisterhood. Some dresses in a way that you see them, you think that they are just loose. To me, it's the way they are dressed that they'll be addressed. So I'm not giving any excuse for that. Even though they may be pastors' children, or even though they may be saints, but if you dress like that, people will tend to look at you in that way. And when you are talking about friends be with, yes, there's another that says that show me your friend and I'll tell you the type of person that you are. It's true. If you're moving around with public benefits, definitely they will think that you are one of them also. And lastly, if you say if he has too many boyfriends, or if she has too many male friends, definitely her body count will be high. I say, I tell you, no, because we have some ladies that they are tomboys. We call them tomboys because they like being in the midst of men, and they don't mess around. They like to behave like boys. They like to be. In fact, they have boyfriends more than girlfriends. It's just their clique. It's just what they feel comfortable with. So you cannot say because of all these things that you have pinpointed that girl's body count is high. No, I don't agree with it. That's my take. Thank you, ma.
Thank you so much, Dekran. Abby! My voice, jeez, my spirit.
Dr. Dama, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Look, I'm good, thank you. Good morning, Uncle Dio.
What is your opinion on the video? I know you've
Good
seen
morning.
it.
I agree with Uncle Dio. This guy is not very okay. First thing I want to say is a lot of and Dr. Dama, I would like you to elaborate on this if you I'm sure you do anyway, you're a doctor. A lot of people don't realize that they have something called vaginismus. So I don't know how to pronounce that word. So basically, it is when the muscles,
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Go ahead, you explain and
yeah,
I'm listening.
it's when the muscles around that area of a woman refuses to relax. A lot of women, more women than we realize, have that issue. So I'm just saying that about what Uncle Dio said about somebody being tight after 20 men, blah 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 blah. In fact, I discovered I had that issue a while back and I had no idea. So it's not exactly a bad thing, but it just means that for the average person, it takes a lot more to get them stimulated, to relax, and all of that stuff. So it's always going to feel as though is the for the man, from the man's point of view, is the first time or whatever. But there's lots of women that are walking around with this. And in fact, some of them would even think that it's such a thing of pride that they are in quotes tight, when in fact it is a known medical condition. So I just want to put that out there just for educational purposes. And if Dr. Dama feels the need to expatiate on that, then sure. I'm going to say a couple of things about dressing. I do agree that lots of people are profiled based off of how they are dressed. However, it's not always accurate. I'm someone who I'm not an overly modest person when it comes to my dressing. I dress however I like. Yes, I'm not extremely raunchy either. And I was even speaking to someone the other day where I had to accompany my dad. I was in Lagos for a while. I had to accompany my dad to a couple of places, and I know for a fact that there's certain things my dad is not comfortable with me wearing. So because of that, when I'm with him, I dress how he would appreciate. And no, my dad wouldn't say, "Don't wear that." We've gone to a point where he would just make comments like, "This your skirt is short, sha." That's all he would say, and we will laugh it off. But I know that that is him saying that he's uncomfortable but he understands that I'm an adult and he's not trying to be too hard on me. And I'm going to give an example. There's a story going around, I think it happened 3 days ago, where a girl was pied by her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend, who wanted her back and she declined.
Is it
Now,
the one? Is it the one that acted like he was an Uber driver,
no.
like he was a deliverer?
Oh yeah, that one,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Go
I
ahead.
want to say something that a lot of people on the internet have said this period. Oh my God, he doesn't look like someone that can do that sort of stuff. Why? Because in Nigeria, the profile of that kind of person is someone that has tattoos and someone that has dreads and someone that dresses a certain way. This one now looks like he has, in quotes, a good head on his shoulders. Why? Because his hair is cut short. He doesn't have any tattoos. He dresses clean. He's really educated. He had pictures with his mom being proud of him and stuff like that. So guess what? He's not the perfect candidate to pie somebody. So these are the damages when you're part of a society that decides to profile someone based off of how they um present themselves in terms of clothes. I'm not saying that it's not a telling sign in some cases. I say this all the time. There's no reason for you to be wearing bikini on the streets of Lagos or the streets of London. It's just inappropriate. When you're in Mallorca, when you're in Miami, maybe. So I get that. But looks are not always a telling sign. I don't agree with that, because you see someone with tattoos, does that mean they're a criminal? You see someone with dreads, does that mean they're a criminal? No. So I don't agree with that, but I understand why people are dressed based off of how they're dressed. We hear that all the time. Cool. The next thing I want to address is and what's the last one? The whole thing of rolling with your friends and all. That one, I agree. Because at the end of the day, I always say this: if you're chilling with criminals, for example, if that is the day that the police will raid, they will carry you with the criminals until at a later date you're exonerated, and you may not be exonerated. However, I am someone who I have been in weird situations where I was just unaware because of the kind of standards that I have, and I would say the kind of home that I come from. It doesn't help that I'm also a military officer's child. So there's certain, I guess, connotations that come with that. I think sometimes when your friends know your values, they could hide. And I'll give you an example. I'm one person that when it comes to married men, it is a no-no for me. You can't even say hi to me. As in, that's how bad it is with married men for me. I am so against it, and I say it openly. My friends know this. So I had this situation where I've known this girl for a very long time. Went to secondary school together, actually. Of course, I moved to the UK after secondary school. She stayed back. So we now became a long distance friendship. Obviously, with a long distance friendship, what that means is that in our teenage years, our adult years, she's grown into whatever woman. She does amazing and all. And I had to find out during one of her birthdays that she dates married men. I mean, she has a successful business. She has a very good job as well. She's basically a petroleum engineer. So for me, it was like, okay, this is the life you're living. Her parents are very comfortable as well. I just thought, you know what, this was it. It took it being her birthday for us to be planning a trip somewhere abroad. And I had to speak to her boyfriend because her boyfriend wanted to surprise her. And in the course of speaking to him, I realized the age gap was significant. And I thought, you know what? She's also always said that she likes an older man. But another thing I found out about that whole thing was the man, as I talk about how his family was in London. And I'm thinking, what's family? Your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister? And in that course, I realized that his family was his wife and kids. So this is a friend that I've known, and I would go to Lagos, we'll chill, we'll go out, all of that stuff. So this whole time, people have been looking at me like I'm in her league, like I do the same thing, right? So sometimes people find themselves in that situation. Obviously, it caused a really big fight when I found out. But I just say this to say that sometimes the friendship thing is also murky waters. It really just depends. And the last thing is male friends. I'm someone who has a lot of male friends. In fact, I take pride in my friendships to my male friends. I do not take them for granted, because when I think about it, a lot of things have happened in my life, from my dissertation to my business marketing so many things. One thing I've realized about a lot of men that are around me is because they are go-getters, they always put me on. And that's not the same experience I have with women. I think it also instills a certain level of competition in me because I'm competing with people that are doing what they're doing. Every time I think about the growth that I have, including even in my career, I remember through the process, I had to sit 7 exams to get to my this point I am, the industry that I'm currently in. And I remember two of my male friends carrying me through. I couldn't imagine. I didn't have any female friends to run to for that. I have female friends to run to for other things, but my male friends are in industries where they are doing amazing, and it is of so much value to me and what I want to do in life. I don't take them for granted. However, my male friends know anything past 11 p.m., if you call me, you message me, I'm not replying until morning. Those are boundaries that I have set for the sake of my actual romantic relationships that I've had, so that everybody feels comfortable. Also, for the sake of their own romantic friendships or relationships that they have as well. But that is me and my boundaries. One of the nicknames that my friends call me is Miss Boundaries. I always have boundaries that some of them laugh at. So I have a lot of male friends. It is mutually beneficial. They push me past my limits because I think with men sometimes the different kind of hustle spirits that they have that a lot of women my age do not have. And I like to associate with them for that reason. Especially they push me, I push them, they come to me for advice. It's a most I'm younger than most of my friends, and they'll call me a little big sister because I'm always there to, give them whatever I can in terms of wisdom and advice and all. But they instill so much in me. So I do not take my male friendships for granted, but I also know that I have to set boundaries. So I also do not agree with that nonsense because if I had to count right from my childhood to now, I think I have more male friends than I do have female friends. I mean, like core friends, not acquaintances. So that's what I'm going to say.
Okay, thank you so much, Happy, for everything you said. And I have a question for the panelists, and I want us to be as honest as we can. I will start with Papi as the only male here. Papi, when you see someone, a female, can you, by looking at that person, tell how many body counts they have?
That's not possible, Dr. Adama. It's not possible at all because you can never know. There's an adage that says that the taste is in the eating of the pudding or something. You can never know somebody physically and say, oh, this one has been with 10 men or been with 20 men or been with one man or so. You can never know by mere
Are you
looking.
sure?
It's not possible.
No, are you sure? Because I want you to educate us. Maybe there's something we don't know. You can tell us.
Dr. A, it's like, let me flip the coin. By looking at a guy, can you just see a guy and say that this guy has a high body count? Can you?
Yes, I can. If I see someone like Davido and Diamond Platinum.
No, that's not true, Dr. Adama. That's not true. They say if you look at them and you don't know their history, that's the question.
You are looking for trouble, Dr. A. You are looking for trouble here. Please.
Madam, look, why
It's
that's
too early
not
for that.
interfering my question now? I know you will jump in. But
Oh
no,
my
it's
God.
true. I can't. I can't.
Okay.
So
Because it's
why
not
do you
possible.
think?
It's not. Anybody that tells you that
Mhm.
is telling you a lie. It's not possible. It's not.
So how did this body count of a thing come about?
Now, to answer you direct, in that area, I think guys are just trying to be messy. Let me be sincere with you. I, for one, have never and I will never ask that question. Maybe because of my generation, or maybe I think it's a kind of a generation thing. All these things were happening in Gen Z and maybe millennial generations, but it has never happened before now. And when I heard it for the first time, the question that I ask is that why do you want to know? What benefit will it give? What benefit will it be to you to know that, oh, your to be wife has been with X amount of men? It will just spoil your mind against that lady. Personally, I made it a personal law. This is me. This is me. This is not general. When I meet you as a girl and I want to go out with you or I want to date you, I see you as a virgin. Why? Because I've never been with you. So to me, you are a virgin. So whatever anybody says, whatever anybody do, I mean, does not really matter to me. As at that point in time, when me and you are there, as me, that's why I have a zero tolerance for cheating. The moment I got to know that you are double dating or maybe you have somebody else from me, I back out. I don't do it. I don't double date and I don't tolerate it. So that's me. That's me. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Madam Lu, could you please answer Natu's question on the screen?
Okay, what was the question, please?
Can you see it? It's a why is a woman's body count a big deal compared to the man?
Well, only a man can answer that question because I, as a female, I don't know what it has got to do with the price of rice in China. You will never see any woman that asks another woman about her body count. So that is not a female problem, it's a male problem. Now, flipping the coin, I'm very interested in knowing what the body count of a male is. Also, just like I want to put myself in the situation of what the men are thinking. Does it account to promiscuity or just bad luck? So you can only have so many unsuccessful relationships. And it also means you're not giving yourself enough time to heal before you jump into the next one. Now, that is a problem for me. So, my question about this whole body count thing is on a different dimension. It has nothing to do with your moral standards. Well, I wouldn't say it has nothing to do with your moral standards. Yes. When it becomes a question, when your moral standards are being questionable, then I have a problem with it. There is nothing that is safe about having a high body count. Let's be honest. Let's be honest, either for a female or a male.
Thank you.
The chances of you getting an STD or getting some kind of incurable disease is very high. So, but to say because the thing is loose, I'm not looking at it from that angle. If it's loose, put your fist in it. Use something else to put your fist in there. Put your head in there. And when we're talking about body count, I want to say something. There are many aspects of the body that we can use. Do people count? Are people talking about the back end also? Because there's a lot
Name
of
it.
men that have a high
Name it.
body count in the back end.
Okay, yes. The back end being where? Be specific. You know you
The
can.
rectum. The rectum.
Now you're talking.
The rectum. I was going to go use the back door. Some people go through the back door. So most people, even to fool their husbands, they use the back end. Most females use the back end as opposed to the front end when they're doing their stuff. So when they're talking about body count, it's not only the front end, which is the vagina, that is the issue. And once women are also dating men, you need to check their back end also. Because this body count here, there are many orifices. Some people like to do it between the boobs. Are you going to do a boob count? Some people put inside the mouth. So what about orals?
Oh
So
yes, I was going to come to oral because that part men don't want to hear that part.
so I don't really understand where this is going. So in my final analysis, it is concerning if it becomes a promiscuity issue. If nobody wants to date a man or woman that is promiscuous, nobody, because of the psychological, they're not healthy people. They're not healthy because if you are jumping from place to place to place, it's either you're under the influence or something traumatic has happened to you in your life that has not been addressed. So let's be honest. On a superficial level, the body count might be addressed in a very superficial way that doesn't make any sense. We need to go deeper and find out why exactly body count is an issue, and it should be as an issue for the men and also for the female because it's not safe.
So why
It's not.
if you say it's not safe, and I know we both are in the health practice, and we when we were putting up this topic today together, we spoke in deep about it. Why is it that the women are the only ones that get the attention? It's like the men are like repentance, like, oh, your sins are forgiven. Like,
Uh,
why is the focus on women? If at
because
the
the
end
men are
of
the
the day,
ones with,
but
because
at
the
the
men
end
are the
of the
ones with the
day,
loud mouths. The
hold
men
on.
are the ones with the loud mouths. They talk about everything.
Okay, let me ask you, if at the end of the day, me and you, we both have blood. If you want to get blood drawn, if you want to get, it's still the same process. In order to find it, we still have to go through a lab. Why is it that the men can be forgiven, but for a woman, oh no, 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 no. So
What do
can
you
you
mean
touch it?
forgiven? What do you mean forgiven?
When I said I don't think we talk too much about the men, we are more
No,
focused on
we don't.
women.
We see. We don't have to talk about it. I personally will make my decision, and I will not date you. I don't have to talk about it. Women are more silent about these things. When you hear that song that says, "If you want to marry a husband, never you marry a wakara mouth." So women are more private about these things. If I wanted to get married, and a man is jumping from club to club to club, do you think I'll go and I will date that man or marry that man? Women are more. Women are not forgiving either, but it's just that they're more silent about it. But men talk about everything. So, which woman in her right mind will be date a public toilet? May except it's somewhere like Chioma Davido that will do that kind of thing. Because if you check very well, both of them have diseases that they
Madam
cannot
Luke,
cure. So they
Madam
have to
Luke.
marry each other.
Madam, look,
Because I
Mr.
don't see
Dio
any
is calling.
man.
Madam, Mr.
Madam
Dio
Luke,
is calling.
I want to say
Yes, sir.
something here, please. Can we please avoid this Davido stuff, because I don't want us to start early gbas boost now.
No,
Now,
we're
but
not
I
going to
want
talk
to.
about the video. Okay, let me use
Uh,
another person.
uh-huh,
No
uh-huh.
woman
I
in her
want
right
to.
mind,
Okay.
although there are people who go to polygamy, that's another public toilet
That's another
department.
polygamy, and we have the chairman of polygamy in the chats. He knows himself. Yeah, we have. Yeah,
So you
so
see, there are many
mhm.
angles to this thing, but women are the ones say they are more they may be more accepting, but because of the chauvinistic society we are in, so that is why it looks like men are being forgiven because it's a man's world. But a woman who knows her onions and potatoes will not go for such men either, especially one who doesn't have her senses most of the time, who is on drugs or not with his, so just like men have their specs, women also have their specs. We may not talk about it. Even when a man will come out and say they don't know, she doesn't know why the woman doesn't want to date him. There are many things we keep to ourselves. So it doesn't mean we're forgiving about it. It's just that men talk more about these things. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Luke, for answering that question. And I have this.
Dr. Dama.
I feel like I'm okaying back. I'm hearing myself. Yes, can you guys hear me now? All right, much better. This is what I have to say. Go ahead, Papi, you can speak. Go ahead.
I just want to say, I just have to push back on what Madam Luke said earlier on. Okay? Because when it comes to men, some men, not all men, please, some men see it as a conquest. That is, the number of girls you've been with is like you're adding a chip on your shoulder. So they talk about it and they brag about it. But that's how you know irresponsible men. Simple. Any man that can boast about his sexual exploits or brag about it, oh, I've been with XY said amount of ladies, is completely, in fact, it's a red flag. Run away. Run away. Such men cannot be trusted. But on the flip side, women are much more quiet over this. But some men take it as a thing of pride that the more ladies you've been with, the more you are a man. To me, it is rubbish. There's no fact to that story, and there's nothing behind it more than self-ego. And I would never, as a woman, date any man that has been with several women. But the question is, why bother asking, or why bother saying it? You cannot, if I want to go out, if we are dating, and you ask me that question, to me, it's a red flag. Personally, as a lady, if you ask me that, oh, how many
What is
women
a
have you
red?
been
What
with?
is it? Yes, flag. What is a red flag?
To me, it's a red flag because you want to start a journey that will lead to nowhere. I can lie to you and I can tell you the truth. The question is, if I tell you the truth, will you be able to bear it? If I lie to you, will you be able to stay with me? Because it goes both ways. If I told you that I'm a virgin, will you stay with me? If I told you that I've been with 50 girls, will you still stay with me? But the question is, why do you want to know? To know how bad I am, or to know how useless I am, or how kind of unscrupulous I am, or what? But to an average guy out there, they see it as a thing of pride, as a thing of conquest that they have been able. Let's not forget this thing. Men see relationship sometimes the act of chasing a woman. They see it as kind of an adventure, and that's why they get excited by it. They can do anything to get you. The moment they not have you, they feel fulfilled as if yes, finally I got what I wanted. It's a normal thing with men, but reasonable men, once they do everything to get you, they stay with you. But some of the useless men among them, they want to get you and move on to the next challenging girl. That's how you know the difference. If any man pursues you, chases you all over the place, finally you give in to him and he stays with you, respects you, takes, takes good care of you, show you love, then he's a good man. But if after chasing you, and when now finally give in to him, he changes. He start looking at somebody else. He start chasing some other person. It's a red flag. Don't stay with him. So all these things, but I am happy that in my generation, this all these things were not that common. But in this present millennium and this Gen Z stuff, it's like a thing of pride to them. And I've even see where they where they came online and they were like bragging about it. What's a body count? That's where this issue of body count came in. What to men is a thing of pride, but to a woman, they see it as a thing of shame. Now, question is all those men that are bragging that they've been with 50, 100 girls, are they not the same one that are spoiling these girls that they are now coming back to now say that they are useless and they are nothing? It's the same one. They are the same people. You are the one that has been with 50 ladies, and then when one of those ladies now came that okay, I say I've been with 10 or 20 guys. Oh, you are loose. You cannot be wife material. Says who?
Thank you
So
so
to
much.
me, it
Thank you.
is I I,
Mhm.
I, I I think it's just a kind of a main thing, nothing more. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Papi, for what you said. You said for men is a bragging right, there is a show off, and for women is a thing of shame because and there's something I just want us to be clear about. Body count both for male and female is bad. We're talking about the body here. Let's be realistic. Take out the sex, male, female. Body count on anyone, both male and female, is bad. Like I say, I just said to Madam Luke, you still have to get your blood drawn like a woman. It doesn't like I don't see any special preference. Like you men are the one that do the work. Like I don't get it. But at the end of the day, practice safe sex. That is for me. Practice. I will not condone. Neither will I say, oh, go be with as much as how many people. No, that is wrong. That is wrong. Given what is going out there today on the streets, and trust me, like I always say, when you see a person, their medical record is not written in their foreheads. It's not. Just because someone looks good and they dress good, they smell good, or she does this. And the thing is about men, as much as they say body counts, once they see Nash, forget it. Their whole mind. They will not, once they see a butt, they don't care about the body counts anymore. All they know is that they want to hit it. And then you start asking yourself, is this not the same person that say, oh, I need to know this, that. But once they see someone that is their spec, everything, you see them, they get all excited. They don't want to know that. So, in other words, let us learn to hold one another accountable. Be careful what you're condemning, because at the end of the day, as much as these men come out including women. Oh, I can't do that. I feel like we women get it so bad that we don't talk about the man. Like, why is it that a man can, at the end of the day, yes, Madam Luke said this thing. There is a man's word. A man can fuck around and still go marry a queen. Yes, he's a man, but at the end of the day, I would advise, even if it's a date, please have yourself tested. It doesn't make it. Abby knows what I'm talking about. This is something that you have to have yourself tested, because at the end of the day, you want to know your status. Like, you want to know what is going on between the both of you before. That should be more important before, like, what is the blood genotype? Do you want to, what kind of children are you trying to bring in? Like, know all those things, body counts and all that stuff. If that's something that is important to you, stick to it. I have no problem with it. But what I'm trying to say is, before you ask someone about their past, be ready to be willing to have an open mind for someone to feel comfortable and share with you about their past life, and they're with you now, and you feel like you can use their past to torment them, both male and female. Don't ask the question at all. Like Brother Dyer said, don't ask the question. If you know you cannot handle the question, why ask the question to begin with? Madam Luke, what do you have to say about the pushback a Papi gave about what you said?
Oh, well, okay, let me see if I can remember what he said. Oh, like it's a bragging right for a man?
Yes.
Well, rightfully so, because like I said, it's a man's world. No woman is actually going to go around bragging about how many men she has slept with. Number one, it's not healthy. So I don't know. For them to be bragging around that, like you said, it means the person is very mature, or the person is just not developmentally, psychologically sound. There is nothing, I repeat, there's nothing healthy about a high body count. There's nothing healthy about it for male or female. And so you can get tested all you want. And after you get tested, what happens? There are people who go ahead, do all the prenatals, do everything, especially when I work, where I work here. It's when they come in to give birth that they know that they have chlamydia and they have all kinds of things. So you can get tested all you want, but does it stop the behavior? The answer is no. And after a while, people just get complacent. How many people are you going to test? How many times are you going to test? And you forget that notion of fear of not wanting to know is also there. So and then some people, after they know, we've had people who just become reckless. And the reason they have this high body counts, you don't know. They're trying to spread as much as they can to people because they feel they will only be vindicated if they go around and conquer as many people and spread that.
Share what they have. Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. It's like someone trying to be like, I'm going to teach everyone a lesson. Like, I
Yes.
was vindictive. Like, you're trying to be a vindictive person. Like, yeah,
Yes.
what you're saying is true. Yeah.
So people don't understand why people have that high body count. There might be a mission behind it. Either most of them are like sex workers. That's why they have a high body count. Some of them are on a revenge mission to see how many people they can spread whatever they got to out of anger. And some people just like, I don't know anybody who just goes around sleeping around for fun. I don't know who does it. Because if you have your emotions attached to such a person, you have to care for a person to share that intimate level with that person. But if you have lost it and you're no longer on that lane, then it means your spirituality is gone. Because that intimate act is not something you can share with multiple people. That is why I don't understand the notion of polygamy. It doesn't make sense to me. It does not make sense to me. And that is why people who are in a polygamous relationship, they have the highest body count, and that is legalizing promiscuity. That is just the way to legalize promiscuity. You
Hold
just
on.
want to be
Say that again.
promiscuous.
Say that again. What did you just say now? You said people within the polygamous thing have the highest what?
Oh yes, they
This
do, because they have multiple partners. Look at what happened to Abiola. By the time he died, 13 of his kids were not his. That means the women were doing their own on the side. And then a man will get 4 wives, he will divorce to replace them with another 2. just to increase that body count. Is it not a way of increasing body? Is polygamy not a way of increasing your body count? Like I said, it's not safe. I'm not saying anybody should be monogamous by any means, but with the healthcare and everything, it's your choice to decide how you want to operate and what's driving you. Are you going? Are you getting a high body count because you're hurting, or you're promiscuous? Those are the only two reasons I see. Most people have been gang violated, and they've lost hope. So just feel like that is the only thing they can do now. Some of them become addictive. And especially when they take all those, they smoke all those, they're loud and all those things that increase the high sex drive. Even they see when they see Teletubby on the TV, they want to punch it. Because there's some things that you take that will put you on a high sex drive. So you're not even doing it out of commitment, you're doing it out of you have a psychological or medical issue. It's not with clear eye now. Then we're not going to forget about the ritualists. You forget that those ones, the more you sleep with people, they will tell you that it's the spirit. You're chopping their spirit and their progress. So there are many things that attach to this, but the most important thing that first video had left the most important part of the conversation. One thing, he made it a sexist topic. While he was discussing the women, he should have discussed the men too. Is the fact that the men have erectile dysfunction, not the fact that they've had too many body counts, that they have stretched it and it's no longer doesn't have no vein no more.
Madam, look, please stop it. Why are you reading my notes? I don't like what you're doing. And we made an agreement that you will not
No,
take
we didn't
my
talk this
notes.
of stretching. We didn't
Yes.
talk this stretching vein. Oh no, we didn't talk this stretching vein. Oh.
Madam, look, that is not true, please. I have to
No,
push back on that.
listen.
It's not
Listen to
true.
me. I'm not saying it's the truth. I said I can assert the infer because this man is inferring that because they've slept with too many people, that is why it is a loosey goosey. Well, you have been using it too much now, so the thing has become wet noodle. So will I now infer is because you have a large amount of body count that your thing has now shrunk? Because nobody wants to talk about the medical issues that are associated with the erectile dysfunction. So, but the women don't have any medical issues that will be responsible for that body count issue. I mean, the elasticity. Why link the body count to the looseness?
Plasticity, because he doesn't know a woman's anatomy and biology. That's what I'm not even going to.
Yeah, that's like an Agbero mentality. That's
Thank
totally
you. I just,
illiterate.
but madam, look, the argument is he's not the only one that says that. I'm
No,
reading the chat.
because
And
even if it's not the only, even if it's not the
yes,
only one, then that means there's a bunch of uneducated people out there. The people who majority have those views are very uneducated. Very uneducated. And they're stuck up in some time zone that you cannot pull them back off. And that's why people go for virgins. Who say virgin? No, they turn a shower. I don't see some people as soon as they marry, they become shows inside even inside their husband's house.
hold on, madam. Look, Obi at the chat. I want to this is going to be a last one, and I'm calling you out. Watch your language on the comment section. This is going to be a last warning. The next one is going to be a ban. Last warning. Thank you.
Now you they even look comment sections. So me, I know they look. Because I guess you're a
I have
moderator.
to. Yeah, I have to.
I know they even look. If I'm in the comment section, I'm in the comment section. If I'm on the panel, on the panel. I don't go back and forth. Because it's very distracting.
Go ahead, Madam Luke. So, like, I don't understand. Yeah, because at the end of the day, we don't talk. You just said something about what that guy said and the way he went on about. I always tell you this. You see these people who stay in their car and they just do their creation. It gives me anxiety. Like they don't make sense. Like I don't know why they can't find a space where it's always in there. You can tell how he's talking. I like everything about that video made me sick because you can tell
No, no,
clearly
no.
this
You
is
see,
someone
you
that
you don't do you have to be very careful. Like I said, there are different kind of people in this world. Not everybody is your level. Not everybody is your level of understanding. Not everybody is on your level of education. So you can understand. These are people who, if they can demean a woman in that way, they would demean a woman in every other way. That is total lack of respect. Like you said, where a 10-pound baby came out of, how tight do you think that place is going to be? And then I want to say what Mr. Papi said. He was saying that that lady has a Harry Boyka. And then and when the penetration was the problem. Do you know people use enhancement drugs to tighten that area?
he doesn't know why the stop. You see, we had an agreement though. We had
So
an
when are
No,
you going
I
to
agreement.
know.
discuss it? We're only three on the panel. When
On
are
the
you going to talk
contrary, I
about
know
it?
that. On the contrary, I know that.
No, my wait,
See,
Madam
Madam,
Adama,
look,
but Dr.
Madam,
Adama,
look.
wait, make
There
I
is
ask Dr.
something.
Adama a question. Wait.
Okay, okay.
Dr. Adama, when are you going to discuss it? Now let three of us the panel. When are you going to discuss it?
Because I when people are talking and like I'm not, you know how I feel, so go ahead. So it's like you're reading, go ahead, you can
I
have
feel
it.
bad
That's
now. We're thinking alike now. Is it a bad thing?
no, it's not, but you're just hitting my point. I shouldn't have shared with you. That's the thing.
No, I wasn't going to say it anyway. So my question is, we all know we have cooked snails in our backyard, right? And you know what happens when you put lime in a snail? Or you put salt on an earthworm? Now, for those of you, for those of us who are, you get to the certain age that hypertension is become a cross. Either diabetes, hypertension, it becomes a cross. You know what happens when they give you hypertensive drugs? What does it do? So there's a lot of vasodilators and a lot of vasoconstrictors. So there are a lot of drugs that you can take to just like you have a lot of drugs you can take to Brentashi and all those things that will keep you walking for 3 days. The same thing applies to a woman. People are even in the village even use alum to wash that place. So by the time you hear that, you'll be hearing squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. You don't know that they've already put something like calcium carbonate in there. So for a lady who has had intimate intercourse before and who is well lubricated, penetration should not be a problem. So everybody's complaining and saying that to go to that lady is a problem to penetrate. Then you can imagine what she has been using, especially with the high body count. So it's easy to fool. It's easy to fool people. The world is so advanced these days that you can do almost anything. So maybe that guy needs to get with those ladies that he's dealing with on that video so they can use some alum or some lime to shine their Congo. So maybe he will be happier. So my question now is that he's going there and working so hard. So my question now, is it the friction that makes them high? I wish I had a blockos so I know, because I don't understand how what that does to a man to make
Is it the
him.
what? Is it the what? What was your question? Is it what that makes them what?
Is it the tightness that makes them excited? I don't understand.
Okay, Mr. Dayo is here. Mr. Dayo, can you answer that question for us?
Yes, I will gladly answer that question because that was exactly what I wanted to say earlier on. Now, first and foremost, I will say this. Let me do my pushback first, then I'll answer your question. My pushback is that I'm aware that some women use some things to make that place tighter. In fact, over here, there is a popular, I don't know, maybe it's a cream or maybe it's a soap that they use to wash down there that's called Fem Tight. This Fem Tight, if a lady uses it for you, you will struggle to enter it. But the thing is, if you are the kind of person that goes on a marathon XCS, after the first 2 times, the thing will go back to normal. So you will know as a guy that this one now something she use. Anybody that uses any enhancement down there, it's a matter of time. By the time you go once or twice, the thing will lose. So that is that. Now your question that you ask. Oh, I think I've forgotten it again. Can you please remind me again? What's the question, please?
Okay, you said
She
that
said
if
of the
you wait,
tightness. Go ahead.
hold on. You said if you go once or twice, the thing will get stretched.
Back to normal.
Good.
You get
If you
back to
go into a
normal.
virgin once, are you going there, when you go there the second time? Is it the same?
Oh, for a virgin, now let me say this, please. For a virgin, how will you know? Is that if you are, if you are, I'm sorry to say this because I have to make you understand what I'm saying. If you are treading on a path that nobody has treaded before, the feeling is different. And then for a virgin, apart from it being firm, it's not going to be tight. It's going to be firm. The right word that I'm supposed to use is being firm, not tight like that. It's just being firm. Because what man likes, they like the friction, the firmness. They
Good.
can feel
Good.
it going in and coming out. But
Good.
when
You
you
as a
are
man now.
inside that place
Okay, wait.
and you are
Okay,
not
you as a
feeling
man.
it,
Wait now.
yeah.
Wait now. You as a man. You have gone there the first week, second week, and for 5 months. Is it going to be the same?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay.
Because I've experienced it before. While I was doing my A levels, I once had a girlfriend. Now, to me, everything that I'm saying is, please, I practice safe sex, so I don't do flesh to flesh. So anybody that's hearing after or maybe watching after, please practice safe sex. Don't try to copy anything. I'm begging you. Now, I once had a girlfriend. We were young, and then I waited for her to finish her school. Immediately she finished, I met her as a virgin. But I tell you, if I'm going to count the number of times we were together in a year without saying anything else, it's more than 300 to 400 times. That one is the truth. And then it now got to the stage. No, please, Dr. Adam, I'm just being vulnerable here, and I'm telling you the bitter truth. God is my witness. But it now got to the stage whereby I started hearing sounds from down there when we are doing it. The place now become loose.
Please, I beg, can you mimic
That's
the
why I
can you
said
mimic
I
the
know all
sound?
these things.
Hold on. Can you
Said
make it a sound? Was it doing like
no sound of looseness? Madam, look, please. A place that you have been going regularly, it now becomes so kind of a loose and it's making sound. And I have to tell her that, see, I think we are doing this thing too much. So that place is no longer as firm as it used to be. Now, then I also know of something also that there's an exercise called Kegel exercise that you can do to make that place tight. There's a form of exercise that you do that they call a Kegel exercise that when you do it, it will enhance the muscle of that place to make it tighter again. So all these things are there. But what I'm just trying to say is that there are people who has this going that down there they are firm, even though they are loose, even though they are maybe even though their body count is high, but down there they are still firm. They do a lot of things to make it firm. So you cannot say because a lady is loose down there, that means her body count is high. That is the point that I was trying to raise. Thank you.
Okay, so
Diego?
I can't. I'm sorry. Anytime I want to talk, I just start coughing. I'm sorry. Mr. Dyer, thank you. Papi, thank you for sharing your experience with us. I like that you're both as the only man on this platform. I want to ask you something. Madam, look, how come do you think the men don't pay attention to the oral? Given that saline, when I just think about the medical aspect, I'm like, ding, ding. Like, how come, why do you think they don't pay attention to that part?
What do you mean pay attention?
Like, why is it that they never, they're not concerned about oral?
It's not the man that does oral that will be concerned with that. You know that some men don't even go to that area. So I've had dated men. If you mention that thing to them, they will not even look in your direction. They will tell you, where blood they come out every month, you make me put my mouth there. Some people forbid. They will tell you they're chiefs. So the only place they have
I'm not even saying about them giving. I'm not talking about them washing the plate.
That's what I'm telling you now. It's only a giver that can be asking for receive. If they don't do it, they will not ask.
But for receiving, I'm talking about gum disease, bleeding, and even at that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I don't understand what you're saying.
What I'm saying is for the men who like receiving the BJ.
You know this, I tell you. I don't know
How?
any man that would like to receive and will not give. Because if it's for me as a woman, I can't give you and I won't receive. I'm not doing it. So the men, to be on the safe side, if they know they give, they don't go ask. Because just to respect themselves. No, I will not say they're not some other men, because some women will do anything. So even if you don't give them, they are happy to keep giving. And
Dr. Luke,
I'm not a doctor.
see,
You guys have been calling her a doctor. She's not.
sorry. And Madam
She's
Luke,
not,
see,
Madam Luke, please.
see,
And
I want to
Dr.
push.
Adama is the only doctor here.
Okay, I have a pushback. I have a pushback. You say you don't know of any woman that will love to receive, that will not want to give back.
No, I take that back. I said some women will do it.
No.
Yes, because they will do anything to please their man. Yes.
No. Now, I've met a woman that love licking plates, but in ordinary kissing, she cannot even kiss you. She will poke. So she cannot even go down there for you. But when you give it to her, she enjoys it. So what do you say to that?
It's a choice now, because like I said, everybody has a different preference. But
But it's
saying,
a choice. It's a choice, Mr. Dyer.
Yes.
But at the same time, there are some people who have just. I wrote it, and you've seen it. I've written it backstage. There are some people who have bad oral hygiene. I'm sorry, is bad. Yes, my job. I smell bread. Yes, I have to put a tube. Like, yes, they are bad, and these are nice looking. Like, you're like, but it's bad. I'm just sorry. Like, and stop chewing gum if you know your oral is bad. Gum is not helping. It's not going to help your hygiene. Go see a dentist. Something, you need to be on a mouthwash that has antibiotic, like a prescribed antibiotic. Something like is bad. And the thing about it is, I don't think people are aware of it. As soon as they open their
Dr.
mouth, all
Adama,
you smell is bad
Dr.
breath.
Adama, but you have said you are a doctor now, so you know that the people who have those kind of halitosis, they're the last to know. So unless somebody tells them that it's very close to them, they don't know. They just keep doing what they're doing.
Okay,
In
but
Nigeria,
how can you not know
in
you have
Nigeria,
halitosis? Are you kidding me? Do you know before I go to bed, I do this? There's something called you
Dr. Adama,
smell your
please.
own
In
breath.
Nigeria, in Nigeria, how many dental facilities do you have there? In Nigeria, how many dental facilities do you have? Is dentistry even a practice in Nigeria? So you're talking of the foreign outside world here, where we have all those facilities, and believe me, anybody that knows offers you bubble gum once or twice has already given you the signal to go get yourself checked out. And as long as you have insurance, that's easy to do. But in Nigeria, it's not so easy to do. But I don't even think Nigerians have problems with oral hygiene as much, because when I was growing up, I didn't have a lot of problem with Nigerians having oral hygiene, because they have a lot of ways where they take care of their teeth. It's in that London, that UK. You see their teeth falling out of their mouth. Braces and them, they are like 5 and 6.
Stop
I don't
it.
know
No,
what is
you
in that
can't
their
say
water
that
that
about
all
the
their teeth
UK
is shooting
people.
out of their mouth.
My Abby lives in UK. No. She's top notch. Everything
I
about
know.
her.
I'm not talking about Abby, or I said the general. Even my nieces and nephews, they all have dental problems, all on braces. So I'm not exactly sure it is, but it is. But I'm saying that what I'm saying is that when you're in a foreign country, you have a means of taking care of all these things. But Nigeria, you're limited. So not
Okay,
to
so
deviate from what you're saying, just like people have oral hygiene, people have Kwekus hygiene problem, and everywhere, even the men too. Everything. Some things are like.
let's go into hygiene. Since we're talking about the body. So what will you say you've noticed from our men? And Mr. Dayo, you say what you've noticed from the women. Madam, look, what would you notice in terms of hygiene with our men? For me, I will say this, maybe because I see them when they come into the OR alerts. I see, stop wearing those boxers that smells like tilapia fish and fried plant.
Who is wearing boxers that smell like tilapia fish?
Hold on now. Hold on. No, don't. You know what's take.
Tilapia na women now. Men know they smell like tilapia now.
Listen, hold. Madam, look, will you let me speak? This
You should
is.
say bushmeat. You should say antelope. Nkwi. You should say nkwi.
Okay, Madam, look, with the men, what will you say about hygiene on a more serious note? What will you say with the men?
I have been very fortunate. Most men I've dealt with are GQ men. They know they take that smell thing play. So, but when I will only see, I haven't really seen it in my group of people or my. I've not really seen that. But I'm talking of mostly of domestic help is where I see those kind of things that with poor hygiene. But when I talk about our own, like our group of men where we date and go hang out and all those things, I have never dated any man with hygiene issues. So, but when I come to other men, I say, okay, maybe low income group. The armpit is the worst part because down there, there's really no secretions that you can say that will linger on down there like a female. So it's mostly oral hygiene and body odor, which
So
is
when you say armpits, are you saying they don't wear deodorant?
they don't wear deodorant.
Oh, Jehovah.
Because when have you ever landed Moritala Airport? It will hit you. It will hit you like a tsunami. The whole place is empty. And then the domestic helps. Oh my God. In fact, when I go, I always buy deodorant. Just to like let them because they sweat a lot and they don't invest heavily in deodorant. They sweat, they perspire a lot. So that is one of the things for the men is the oral hygiene and the armpit. The women is all of the above. The
For the
armpit,
women, just like you were detailed for the men, you need to say for the women. For the
the
women, what will
women,
you say?
the one with mouth odor, the one with armpit odor, the one is with pecus odor, and most of them are walking around. They can't smell it now. I have to say this, and I'm sorry, I don't want to gross anybody out. When I take off my undies, I make it a point of duty to smell it. Because then it will tell me what other people are smelling. I'm that conscious. Yes.
Yes, I do the same thing too. Yes.
I do. I have to because if I can smell it, but if it's on me, I can't. But when I take it off and I put it down, then I'm like, this one I better market. This one I better scent.
I've
I'll be
noticed that
smiling
while
to
you're
myself.
talking about that, and we're educating people here, and I don't think women know this. Another thing for women, once you take out your underwear, is very important to pay attention to the color of your discharge. Because the color of your discharge tells you a lot of things that is going on with your body. We're not just saying these things because we're catching cruise, we're having fun. We're here
Ah,
to learn and unlearn a lot of things. Some people will say, it's weird. How can you take off your underwear and you smell it? Yes,
don't mind
maybe
them. They're
because
all
we're
doing the
in
same
healthcare,
thing.
we feel
They're all
comfortable.
doing the
But
same
for
thing. Don't
me,
mind them. Even the men should do the thing. If you have
yes, they should
stigmas,
do it as well. It's very important because how when you take it out and you inhale it, it tells you what's, and not just that, there was something I was going to let me not recommend. Let me just shut up.
yes.
Let me zip. I don't give this is not a medical advice. Let me just shut up. What I'm trying to say is good for us as women when you take out your undies to look at it, know what is going on, and at the same time, bra. Stop wearing the same bra for how many? My goodness, I can't stand that. Like, look, pay attention to those things because everything, your body is the first to tell you what is going on with you. Like, it will show you signs before it gets worse. And what Madam Luke said is something just I couldn't let that pass. It's good to look at your undies and see the color of your discharge. That tells you, and not just that, when you start itching a lot down there or you're discharging more than normal, that is the time for you to go see your gynecologist and say yes. And for every woman listening, I always say this: make it a habit to go see a gynecologist twice a year. You need to go those lab done, like discuss with, like tell them like what is, and the older you get, down there gets dry. So you have to just, these are things we have to be consciously aware of. We're not just going to talk about practicing safe sex. We're talking about how to get your body ready at the same time, prevent those things where your man can enjoy it as well, and you as a woman can enjoy it. So those are things that you can discuss with your gynecologist. And if you're someone that it takes a longer time to achieve orgasm or for you to get wet and everything like that, go and discuss those things with your gynecologist, because that is what they are there for you to be vulnerable and say, listen, I'm going through this, I'm going through that, I'm at this age, like what is going on, I want to know. But we need to, I always say this, and I'm saying this for a gazillion times, you have to be very comfortable with your body, no matter the size, the shape, anything. And it's very important to take care of it. Is yours. If you don't do it, nobody will do it for you. So for those of you that might be shocked that, oh, Madam Luke and I say, yes, we smell our underwears. We do. I do. And I'm proud of it, because you know what? I have learned so much about listening to my body and paying attention to it than any other person. So Madam Luke, I'm sorry for interrupting you. I'm sorry. Madam Luke, are you there? Mr. Dio, I think she should
I'm
be
here.
ready.
What did you say, please?
I said, I'm sorry for interrupting you. As soon as you said that, I just had to share with, so that the
Oh yeah,
audience.
now that we're deviating, okay.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
yeah, you see, the good thing is to communicate and to make sure you tell your partner in a nice way that, this is what we need to do. We have this problem, because most people feel slighted when you point all these things to them. And so it's just to find the best way to like let them know so they can change. But anybody that really, really um has your interest at heart will tell you in a right without demeaning you. And anybody that is an adult and is in good faith will accept it in good faith and change and be appreciated, because only somebody that is close to you that will tell you all these things. So, yeah. Next video, please.
So let's finish with hygiene, then I'll play the next video.
Okay.
While we are concluding with hygiene, this is another thing I want to share. It's very important why we are taking a shower as women. You know how to check for lumps on your breasts. It is very important. I cannot say that enough. And for men as well. Look at that scrotum, press it in the morning, like you like. I don't like, we can't say this enough. These things can, when you detect them early, the better. Get comfortable when you're taking a shower, like stretch your arms, press it. You can feel it, like is your breast. So notice those things. And please, for women, I want to say this. Because I'm saying this in this thing. If you know you fry tilapia fish with your wig and plantain, before Oga, your dogu comes into the house, after cooking, make it a habit to take a shower before going to bed. Because it's very
Dr. Dama.
important. Because
Dr.
I
Dama.
don't know how people feel. I hate smell. That's my pet peeve. I cannot stand smell. That's just me. If I'm walking into a patient and I'm going to take you back and I smell something, I have to clean you down. Like I just can't stand. That's just me.
Mhm.
So I think it's very important and for men, stop wearing the same boxes for a year, all in the name that you're building a house back home, especially those Walmart boxers, they sell 6 for $10.99. Hey, Jesus Christ, Adama, why are you like this? I just have to say it.
Dr. Dama, can I say something, please?
Yes, you can say something once I finish. I'm almost done. So it's very important that as men, there's a difference between boxes and men brief. It's not the same thing. A men's brief you can wear with your fitted clothes and your clothes when you're going out. Or boxes is something you wear as a lounge when you stay home. But I see a lot of men wearing boxes like their underwears, but it's not. So thank you, Mr. Dyer. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. I just want to contribute to what Madam Luke said and what you two have just rounded off. But I want to say one thing also. You know, over here in this part of the world, the the issue of odor is very, very critical. Let me explain. Even if you are walking in the sun, just walking in the sun, and you are sweating, sweat has its own odor. Sweat has its own odor. So that's why I normally encourages men, particularly. There's no way you will go out and come back in Nigeria specifically that you will not sweat, except maybe during the rainy season or maybe when the weather is so cold. But over there in the West, you have your seasons and you have your time. You people hardly sweat. But over here, we sweat on a daily basis, particularly if I'm living in a very, very high humidified area like Lagos and all. Sweat is normal. And then as you are sweating, okay, something happened. This is a personal experience that really occurred to me. Something happened. I got a job in an international company while I was still um, just starting out. I I got a job as an IT manager in one international company like that. So my job entails working on systems, working on desktop, going under the table to fix cables, to fix computers and all. So I was busy working, and then one of my senior managers just came around. By the time I came out, I was sweaty. So she was like, "Hey, Dio," she didn't want to tell me directly, but I could see that she didn't want me to come closer to her. And I was wondering what could be the problem. But luckily, she happens to be a wife to my best friend. So she now told my best friend that see, I like Dio, but anytime anytime Dio is walking, the sweat sometimes gets to me. So my friend now called me and say, "Come on, boy, what's wrong with you? I know you don't take your hygiene for play. What's wrong with you?" This is what my wife says. I said, "Oh, sorry." From that day, I learned something new. Prior to that time, I never knew that sweat has its own odor. But when she now told my friend, and my friend now told me, I was like, okay. And so from that day onwards, you can never perceive me in a wrong sense, because I make sure that I do everything to the core. Now, what I want to say to the men folk out there is this: many men don't know the difference between briefs and boxers, as rightly said. And let me shock you, Dr. A. Some men don't even wear any of those underneath there.
Excuse
Men,
me?
men are yes, men are in the comments. Let them confirm or deny this. Some men don't even wear any of those under there. For those that wears it, what I normally recommend is what I do. I don't wear a brief or a boxer for more than once. When I go out and come back home, as I'm taking my shower, I'm dropping it. I'm picking another one. That's me. It may not be common with some other men, but that is what I do. And also, as a man, I don't go out with any girl that has odor, no matter how small it is. From the first time that I talk to you, if I perceive any, I will not even say anything again. I'll just move away. And number two, if you are the type that you are maybe you are gifted with some body size or something like that, people with that, they tend to sweat under the breast with their bra. So if you are not clean, when I say clean, exceptionally clean, particularly busty ladies, underneath that place, me, I like to play a lot. By the time I pack up the thing and I perceive any smell from there, I got put off. So what I normally do, if you're married, most of my girlfriends, they know these things. So the moment you come, both of us will go into the shower, we shower before we do anything, because I don't want anything to put me off. That's me. But some girls don't even mind, they don't even think about those things at all. Yes, they put on perfume, they put on their so-called uh, deodorant, but by the time, because that thing is always damp, that area is always damp. Madam Luke talk about armpit and all. Yes, it's true. Some men don't even know that their armpit smells. They don't. And that's bad. But many men that I know that are conscious about their scent and about how they appear out there, they take care of all those things. They take care of all those things. They use cream that will be giving them a very nice smell. I mean scent, and then they use deodorant. They use aftershave for the shaving that smells nice, and they use perfume and they use roll-on. It's a normal thing for every guy out there. People will address you the way they see you, the way they perceive you. So if you don't give that first impression to anybody, they will not take you seriously. That's the truth. But back to the issue. Some women also have to understand that if you are busty, take care of the other need of your bra. Please, that place do smell sometimes. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dayo, and thank you for the advice. And I believe our listeners will gain from it because it's important to know about hygiene before you get down to business. And one thing I forgot to mention about hygiene, maybe it's me, that's my pet peeve, like mowing your lawn. Madam Luke probably knows what I'm talking about. Mowing your lawn for the women and the men. Mowing your lawn means what? Shave. Shave. There's nothing like a clean, like, yeah, 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 yeah. I can't. Mowing your
Yes,
lawn.
so yes, so
Yes, because that hair you leave creates those smell and everything. Mow your lawn and keep it clean, please. For women, I don't know how you mow your lawn, and stop saying you itch. That's why we have hydrocortisone. There are many things, Benadryl, itching ointments, things you can use after shaving, and just apply it, and it would. So please, it's so important because it makes it easier. I hate if I have to go do a cat. I'm just like I'm looking for the lawn is. Sorry, let me just get back to business. So, Madam, look, let's play our last video and we'll call it. Are you ready for the next video, Madam Look? Madam Look. Madam Look, can I play the next video?
yeah, go ahead.
All right. Oh my God, I hear that.
If I take my wife to a party and this is my wife, and probably she has dated or be with like 12 guys in that party, that is there's no pride there for the man.
I went to a party with you and unfortunately, I've date people that is in the same room with us. How do I carry myself matters? How do I honor you matters? Not whom I've slept with in the hall. You should judge me based on how I'm treating you now. You should judge me how I worship you as my king. You shouldn't be matter about whom I've been with. Why you care about if I slept with someone that's on the table with me and you? You should be judging me based on how I'm treating you as your girlfriend, not about my past.
Enough a man. If you have slept with more than 5 guys, you understand? He said he will never marry you.
There's an insecurity issue with them,
No,
then
no,
I'm
no, no, no,
sorry.
no, 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 no. It's his preference. It's what he likes.
If I am with a woman that I have decided to love, and I'm stepping into a party and she has dated about 12 of those guys there, I know that if I step in with that same woman, that atmosphere will respect her because she's with me.
Mr. Dayo, we start from you. What is your opinion on that video?
I think this is just an offshoot of what we have discussed earlier on, but I'm going to address it directly like this. Hello?
Yes, Mr. Dayo, I said I agree with you. I
Okay.
said,
Yeah. So the thing is this. What the first guy said was that somebody said that if a woman has been with more than 5 with if she has been with more than 5 men, he cannot marry her. To me, such a man should be asked specific questions. How many women has he been with first? He can only make such an aversion if he is a virgin. Otherwise, he should keep his mouth shut. Secondly, another man was saying on that same video that even though if he walks into the party with his girlfriend and about 10 or 12 men have slept with her at that party, that the moment he step into that place with his girlfriend, the atmosphere will change because they will respect her because of him. That is a man. That is a man. So what I can just say here is that tomato. It depends on your preference. One man's meat is another man's poison. And I can tell you for free, most men that are abusers, most men that are the one jumping from one woman to the other, they are the one that will turn around and say, okay, I cannot marry a woman that has XYZ amount of body counts. I'm not proud to say this. I've been there, I've done that. But I can never judge anybody based on body counts. Never. Never. So I don't know why some men tie a whole lot of importance to this. The lady said something that was very, very cognitive. The lady said that, judge me based on how I'm treating you. Judge me based on what is happening between me and you, which is the correct thing. Yes, prostitute gets married to decent man and they have a good, happy married life. It is people like this that don't give ordinary people that has been unfortunate to have a kind of a not so good background as per relationship. They judge them and they condemn them like that. And they have no right to do that. Because nobody is bad in themselves. Even though people that are bad in themselves, I've seen and I know of at least 2 or 3 farm prostitutes that are working on the street, full-time working. And they ended up marrying decent men. And they are good wives to their husbands. And even they met them in that position and they still love them and they marry them. So what are we talking about? So to me, I would say any man that is saying that, mostly 95% of them, they are just saying it because they themselves, they've done worse to that opposite gender. Now they now want a virgin. It is that type that goes to the village to go and look for a young girl that they think have not been with any man, only for them to bring the girl down to Lagos and the girl becomes something else before their very eyes. And they'll be shouting foul, foul, foul. I beg. Thank you, ma.
Thank you, Mr. Dayo. I wanted you to take this question from AY. AY said the real question is what's the real question, he contradicts himself, or maybe this will make him come clear. He said the real question is what counts as a high body count. So you are a man, please tell us, and this is a man that wrote it, what will you say counts as a high body count? Because I don't understand his question. Let me give you the second one he wrote. Then he said something about not true, high body count shows in marriage. I don't understand that. So could you please address that issue?
Now,
The
I will
first one
say, I will answer him like this. AY, what counts as high body count is any woman whose body count is more than your own. You may say it as high body count. I will repeat, any woman that you know, maybe when you are being truthful to one another, if you have been with 20 women, with 20 women, and she has been with 40, then you can say, yes, she has a higher body count than you. High body count has to do with both of you. Don't just pick somebody's daughter and say because she's been with XYZ amount of men.
So, Mr. Dayo, so that our
yourself,
viewers will understand what you're saying. Are you saying high body count as more? Do you mean sexual partners?
No, what I'm saying is that before anyone can say this is high body count, deduct that body count from your own. If that partner's own is higher than your own, then you can say that partner has high body count. That's what I'm saying. Because
how do
men
we
are
get
not sincere.
These high body counts? How do you know if someone has a higher, like if I'm having a conversation with you, do you ask me that question of what is my body count?
Dr. A, see, if you have to talk about this, then let us break the table completely. If I must tell you about my body count, then you too, you must tell me about your body count. And there should be no lying here. Let's be fair with ourselves.
Yes,
I tell you that I have 20 body counts. You two must tell me how many body counts you have. If you say because I'm a lady and I have 20 body counts, and you being a guy, you have 40 body counts, and you're still saying that I have high body counts, you're not being sincere. You're not being sincere. Because you are a guy does not give you the right to mess up or to mess around. You have to say the truth. Some men messes around because nobody holds them accountable. This is where accountability comes in. Yes, you are single, but does not give you the right to be jumping from lady to lady. It doesn't. You are at risk. You are putting your life and your future family at risk. So if you are going to judge any woman based on high body count, first of all, minus your own body count from that woman's own. Then you know whether her own is higher than your own. Then if her own is higher than your own, fine. You can say she has higher body count. Then you can let her go. But if your own is higher than her own, no matter if you have 500 as, as your own body count and she has 450, she's still a good woman before you. That's that. Second question that I asked was that it shows in marriage later on. On the contrary, I will tell you, higher body count gives experience to a woman in marriage. Let me explain. Women that have been with men, several men, they tend to have much more experience mathematically than women that have been with few. I've seen a couple of ladies that their husband married them from school. They married them as a virgin. The only man that they know in their life was their husband. And in every human, there is that urge to experience something new. This woman married wanted to experience something apart from their husband. And the day they go outside and experience such, they realize that this world is not the same. So how can you compare that person to the woman that has seen it all? Now let me also say this also. Any woman that has gone out, that has seen it, been there, done that, they tend to be much more focused in their marriage than a woman that has not seen much. Because they know for sure that there's nothing out there. They've seen it all. They will make a good wife and they make a good home for you as a man. But men don't see these things. The only one that can give you problems are the one that enjoy jumping from one man to the other. So even though they marry you, they still want to be experiencing something outside there. And the question is, why do they even settle for you in the first place if you cannot satisfy them? Because men like to hide. We like to pretend. I'm not saying this to put down men. Some men cannot even satisfy their wife enough to the point that you not push them out. And then if you marry a woman that was not a virgin when you met with her, she has had some kind of an experience. You make her to be remembering those old days. That this thing used to be better than this. Such a woman will be tempted to go outside again. But if you can give it to her the way she wanted it and play your role as a man, she has no reason to go anywhere. So this thing goes both ways. Don't just say because she has a higher body count that she will give you problem in marriage. No, it's actually an asset. Then of course, if the woman is a loose one that doesn't want to be going around, of course it will give you problems. That's my take. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dyer. Thank you. And for those men in the comment section that don't feel comfortable with what he says, if you're man enough and bold enough, jump in the panel and come and debunk whatever he has said. So he has spoken and he's our panelist and he's sharing with us his own views and he's entitled to it. So you don't have to like it. So, but one thing you will do, you will respect it. So we agree to disagree respectfully. So, Madam Luke, what is your opinion on that video?
Ah, well, it is just a very good. When this is it for me. When you see educated people, you will know. When you see ignorant people, you will know. So, how do they say it? Big minds discuss people. Little minds discuss people, and big minds discuss issues. So, The little minds in the first video was talking about people. This second video is talking about issues, the real issues. And I want to give a big shout out to Mr. Papi. He just said, so I was almost jumping out of my room to just go say, but I had to be on mute. What is a definition of a high body count is the one that is higher than your own. That he couldn't have put it any better. He could not have put it any better. So to do the rest of that video, now, I don't know if you were too young enough to watch Pretty Woman. Did you watch that show by Richard Gere and Julia Roberts, Pretty Woman? Hello?
Yeah, Papi, did you watch the? Have you watched Pretty Woman, the video?
Yes, I have. In the olden days,
Thank
I
you.
did.
Thank you. Maybe Dr. Dama is not into all those things. Now, this was a man who just went out to go catch fun, and ran across this lady, Julia Roberts. And after they've done it, in fact, he was so taken by her personality, he forgot that he was dealing with a hooker. And when that lady left that man, her life was never the same. She knew that life, for somebody to appreciate her the way she was, she can never go back to that lifestyle. What does that tell you? You need to deal with people as they come, because you might be their road to Damascus and they might be your own road to Damascus, without being judgmental. Now, I'm not saying that people don't have the tendency to flip back to their lifestyles or have withdrawals or do whatever, but one day at a time. Everybody has a come to Jesus moment. Whatever is making you to have that high body count, people have been molested as children. People have been abused as children, and I think when it comes to all those things, it comes to a low self-esteem. Because if your body was sacred, you would not be giving it to anybody like that. You won't. But if it has been trashed and you don't see any worth in it, then that is probably what I feel you'll be doing. So rather than judge, I tend to find out exactly why is this person doing this. That is why I sit back and say, why is this person doing this? I'm not so much interested in how loose or how whatever it is, but what self-harm? I think if you go around and be promiscuous to have a high body count, it means you're doing yourself some kind of self-harm. And something is not quite right, because this thing is special. I don't just give it to any Tom, Dick, and Harry like that. So what exactly is going on with this individual is what I try to go back and see what exactly is the issue. Why are you involving in this kind of lifestyle? Because a high body count, like I said, is tantamount to promiscuity. Because when people tell me they have slept with 3,000 men, I'm like, is it this one pussy? Huh? Were you conscious or unconscious? So my thing is, I don't really understand. So we have to go to the root cause. If you know a man, a woman, or a man, or woman with a high body count, you don't like it, then don't go there. Don't wait till you get in there and you start swimming in a pot of soup and you start complaining that you could not reach El Dorado on time, or it didn't suit your fancy. Now, people with high body count need love too. So it's either you love them for who they are, like how they treat you, like that lady said in that video, or you keep stepping. Because there's more to it than having all those your what do you call it, fantasy of a tight corner or this one or that one. Don't get me wrong, but there's more to that. If a woman comes in, that is why you see once women have had 3 or 4 children, they jump to the next one. That's what brings polygamy. Once the women, they've decided that they have plowed that field enough, and the woman is now loose, according to them. Meanwhile, now they're losing them with constant hammering. They have now rendered that woman useless for another person. So when that woman go and date somebody else now, they will say that one has a high body count, not knowing that one man has been have been hammering
Madam, look,
hammering her from
Madam, look,
for
please, can I caution you? And I warned you before we did this. You know I'm coughing. What you say?
No, now it's true. Now you know some men have very high sex drives. When they start with you for morning, they will not finish for 7 days a week until the women will start looking claiming that they have headache. So all those times that you have been going in there, is it not the same time as the frequency of the body count of others? So what does it make a difference if it's one person that is doing it or 550 people that are doing it? Sure, you have already widened the place. So what exactly is the issue now? Eh? Let me ask it in the Dr. Darlington's words. Now. So what is the difference? Eh? So you need to look beyond the picture and then find out go behind the what the situation is. Is the body count is it as amount of promiscuity? Even if a lady is promiscuous or a man is promiscuous, I don't think that is an endearing. I don't think that's an endearing factor to anybody to make a good relationship. So my thing is, if somebody comes to you and you know that the person has a high body count, why is the reason that person has a high body count? Is my question. Why?
Madam, look, we're not answering the question. How do you know that person has a high body count?
And they
Can
said the
you
thing is loose now. They said the thing is loose. I mean, you didn't hear
Madam,
it.
look, please, please don't even go there, please. I beg you. Don't
See,
even
the
go
funny
there,
thing about
please.
this
I
thing is
beg
that the
you.
second person, the second, this, it doesn't have grip factor anymore. There's no grip factor.
Okay, madam, look, because this is a serious question I asked you because I said this thing when we started this this segment. How do you know? Because we have men who have their this thing is very small. You need a
No.
microscope
You
to
see,
see this.
leave that matter, Dr. Dama. The
Listen,
man told you, the man told you the 4 or 5 ways that you can know that the thing is loose. And being loose is one of the issue. Uh-huh. So that is how you can tell. Then others will tell you. Because you know, some people are so stupid. When they meet somebody, they want to tell you how many people have you dated in your past. Haba. I normally focus on why did your relationship not work. I don't care how many people you have slept with. But some narrow mind, petty mind will ask you how many people have you slept with. So go along. Thank you.
this is what I have to say about the loose part, and I don't think we're really understanding how a woman's body anatomy, like you don't understand how it works. Once a woman, like there are changes, a lot of changes that women go through with their body, and it can result. There could be a reason why a woman is, listen, no man wants to penetrate. Mr. Dyer is here, wants to go into a woman and knowing that she's so dry. You don't want that. You want something that is lubricated. So, for you to equate how someone's, no, there are reasons why it could be loose. I can give you, I mean, hormones. There's so many reasons why she's had a child. Like I said to you, be factoring. This is a place that a 10, sometimes 12-pound baby comes out of. I said it when we started this show. The elasticity of a vagina, it can stretch and come back. There are exercises. There are some women after childbirth, when they laugh, they squirt, they pee. So let us be careful here. Don't don't go by your narrative and you end up losing someone that was meant for you. We're not defending anything. I don't care whether you. That's the thing I always say, Madam. Look, we always say this when we have our meeting. I say this, that the worst people to give advice to are Africans. I'm sorry, because they act like they know it all, and at the same time, they don't have an open mind. They want to go by their narrative, what they think is the answer. But at the end of the day, I said this: once they see a woman that has a big nyash, the body count issue doesn't count. All they know is that that's my that's my spec. Like they use the word spec, and I have to ask, what is spec? Oh, I have to hit it. At the end of the day, like I say, for me, I have to say this: practicing safe sex is important. Women going around, including men, sleeping with Tom, Dick, and Harry is a no-no. Nobody should do it, both the man, both the woman. Because guess what? All these diseases doesn't care what sex you are. Whether HIV doesn't care whether you're a man or a woman. Neither do gonorrhea care if you're a man or a woman. So we need to be careful here when we make up all these things, saying that, oh, because I penetrated her, she's so loose. Oh, this one has gone around the block and all that stuff. No, stop that, because there's no, you can't back what you're proving, because you're just making assumption. The only way for me to answer this question, how do you know a woman has or a man has a high body count, is by looking at the history of who or how many people. They will be honest of how many people they've been with. Let's say, for instance, now, want to use Diamond Platinum for an example. Diamond Platinum is a well-known musician from Tanzania. You look at his history. He has even said that in his show on Famous Black African. He said he can't stay with one woman. And he's a Muslim. He said his culture allows him to sleep with more than one woman. So he cannot. He said, every country I go to perform, I have a woman there. So at the end of the day, including the same thing, the lady we used as our thumbnail, Sandra, she's a OnlyFans girl. A lot of Nigerians are part of the people making her rich. They go look at her. So at the end of the day, this is how, for me, you can tell by someone's past how, oh, this person has a high body count. Or if you talk to this person, how long were you in this relationship for? There are many ways, but for you to say you can see someone and identify that this person has a body count, you're wrong, because you can't. Science hasn't proven that to us. You're only assuming, or you think you know. But if it's someone you know that is out there smashing A, B, C, D, that you can prove. Oh, this person is out there smashing A, B, C, D, E, F. But if it's someone you're getting to know and you ask them, how many body counts do you have? And they say, oh, 10, 2. The truth of the matter is, people will not tell you the truth. Let's be honest. Including men. They will not tell you the truth. A woman, you won't see a woman that's been with 100 men, and you ask her, oh, how many men have you been with? She said 2,000 or what? No, they won't. People will lie. So let us be careful what we ask for and what we claim to pretend that we know the answers to, because we don't. Until you know how a woman's body anatomy works and how the vagina works, you don't know a lot of these things. You're just making up and going with it. I heard someone in the chat writing, oh, you know by their hips. That's how, when you see their hips, they have multiple butts. Like, I'm like, are you making sense? You're not making sense. How does a hip of a woman tell you she has? Man, I can't even argue with. Madam Luke, what is your final statement? Let's call it a night, man. Madam Luke, Uncle Daya, I'll go to you. What is your final statement, sir?
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Adama. I just want to say this, okay? For everyone listening, for everyone that will be watching or maybe listening later, please practice safe sex, and please go with your heart. Anybody, any man or woman that you want to be with, let your heart lead you. And please, if you can avoid it, don't ask the question of body count. It's an ill wind that will not blow you any good, because you cannot get, even though you are being sincere, you cannot guarantee that your partner is going to be sincere in giving you the correct answer. So it's a dead end. Don't even open that kind of worms. You don't need it. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to give a shout out to my sister Yinku Pepe Talks. This is the name of her channel. Please, guys, Go support her. This woman right here, her videos are killing. Please go support her. She is good. When I say good, her videos are short, straight to the point, and you will enjoy. You'll come back to thank me later. Madam Luke, what is your final submission, ma'am? Madam Luke, Madam Luke. I think she's busy. But this is what I have. This is what I have to say. This is my own final submission in this body count issue. For me, I think what is important to me is getting to know. Hold on one second. I think for me, what is important is if you love someone, if you're getting to know someone, and body count, that person's history is something that is important to you, you want to know, and you believe this person, excuse me, this this person will tell you the truth. Hey, all I'm saying is keep an open mind. If you know you cannot handle it, don't ask. But if you feel you're matured enough that you can be able to handle it, please ask. But let's stop this assumption by how you penetrate a woman is how you know her body count. That is a lie. I'm telling you today, that is a lie. Stop it because you're making up things that are not true. Because at the end of the day, you cannot validate what you're saying. You're just saying it because based on your assumption or based on this way you're swimming. If you don't want to swim in it, maybe think about it. Maybe your dick is too small. Sorry. Yes. If you're swimming and have maybe your dick is too small, you need to do something to get yourself enhanced, like whatever, that'll make it a little bigger. So I'm just saying respectfully. But at the end of the day, you cannot evaluate a woman by the way you penetrate her. Like I said, I don't think I know of a man that want to penetrate a woman and knows that down there is so dry. No, you will want it lubricated. So that's just my final say. Practice safe sex. And if you think you know a woman's body, trust me, there's so many things you do not know. So let us learn to treat our women like the queen they are. And before you go judging another woman, know that you came out from a woman. Thank you very much. Madam Luke, what is
Hello.
your explanation?
Hello.
Yes, you're
I know
back.
you were
No,
calling me, but I had to go. I had to mute for a while.
no problem. What is your final submission, ma'am?
Yeah, well, you have said it all. I like this topic and I like the pace. We get to get out on time today. I wish every day would be like this instead of having backlogs on the panel. At least 2 to 3 hours max. That is fine. So, final submission is this. Yeah, you said it all. Instead of concentrating on on important things in life, well, I would say it's unimportant, because what is important to one person might not be important to the other person. So just like if I want to have some kind of satisfaction with my partner, I believe everybody has entitled to the same, and it's based on their own standards. But I think that one about being too loose and everything about that, yeah, you could just like if you have like a little noodle between your legs, that might be a concern to me too. So, oh, it's just about compatibility. That's all I think. It's just about compatibility. If somebody makes you feel good, you can stick with that person because you're compatible. So that is basically it. I think it just comes down to compatibility, sexual compatibility. And some people are very lubricated, like you said. So there's no amount of friction that you can get from there. So it's just not going to work. And I have had, just like, you will find some people who have the most humongous anatomy when it comes to a guy. There is no amount of satisfaction you can get from that kind of person. Because unless you are on drugs, you will not feel that pain. So it's not a matter of it goes every way you can think of. The bottom line is just making sure it's compatible. You don't want it too small, you don't want it too big, you don't want it too loose, you don't want it too tight. So it's just a matter of you can please everybody. So just do you without demeaning other people or disrespecting other people, because everybody's body anatomy is different. But it doesn't give any grounds for anybody to be promiscuous. You might have the right to be promiscuous, but it is not healthy and it's not advisable. So to Going the body count route, it's not advisable to have a high body count for male or females. It's not advisable. You can only search for a partner for so long, but you don't have to go through 2,000 to find that frog. Kiss 2,000 frogs to find that prince. You don't have to, because the risks are too high, and every breakup leaves a dent in your heart. Every breakup in a relationship leaves a dent in your heart until you are practically dysfunctional for everybody else. If you can't commit to 1, 2, 3, 4, you'll do 10th one. It's never going to happen. Sexually, emotionally, or otherwise. You have to find somewhere where you can call a home and make yourself compatible with somebody. Everybody cannot be wrong for you. That's my submission. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Luke. With that being said, we're going to call it a night, Mr. The Papi. Thank you so much. You're well respected. We love you, our Papi. Thank you for coming
Thanks,
to join
Mr.
us.
Papi. Come back soon.
He came all the way from Nigeria to support us. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Adama. Thank you, Madam Luke.
Thank you. See you soon.
All right, let's have a good day. Let's exit, then I'll play the final song.
Thank you.
All right.
I am adure lele, adure lele. Idu kwa samaka onyoma odika powder. Idu kwa samupu onyoma odika fomu. Idu kwa samishi onyoma odika pilu. Oh lo 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 lo, aduru bule waka wa iwariwo. Ice. Rosa Olerio, Rosanna Oleri, Rosanna Olerio adikadimba. Adure Oleri, Adure Olerio, Adure, Aturubwe bule waka wa iwariwo. Adure, Adure lele, Adure, Adure lele. Idu kwa samaka onyoma odika powder. Idu kwa samuku onyoma odika fomu. Idu kwa samishi onyoma odika pilu. Oh lo 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 lo, adurubu epule waka. Opudilio nyekelanio. Olisa malugo mkoye nemenedua. Opudilio nyekelanio. Chukuna malugo yobia diocha. Agaranya chogo kowe bili. Agaranya chogo kowe rienio. Owe chuku bezie chuku. Nuche chukwa busigi fegemeo. Nuche chukwa busia ifegemeo. Nifo solo ne ase alibazie. Oboye bebe agaranya muliba. Oboye wuru agaranya bibe solia. Mano agaranya wo. Ogwe afyozi enipakwa Agaranya chogo kowe bili Agaranya chogo kowe rienyo Ogwe chikubezio lisa Kodili ma kodili bemo Kodili wakema kodili wanima Naino kwane we beluge beluo Kodili ma kodili bemo Kodili kemo kodili heyo Ibedwe me wanem Nikadiezi bohewo